Welcome from channel Stoic Lifeline viewers. We talk about controlling your thoughts today. Hello audience. We're exploring the life-changing process of mastering your ideas today. Study through to the finish for important takeaways. But before we get started, please support this channel by following and pressing the like button. Let's now analyze the potent concepts of mental power. Finally, don't forget to like and subscribe for more uplifting material. Good fun on the journey. 1. Being aware. The first step toward gaining control of your ideas is making yourself aware of them. It requires being acutely aware of your mind's ever-present flow of consciousness. Thoughts can frequently be reflexive and habitual, propelled by deeply held patterns that have developed over time. You might create room in your mind for looking into the content and significance of your thoughts by paying closer attention to them. You ought to wonder about include mindfulness meditation in your practice to improve awareness. Focused attention to the thoughts and sensations of the present moment is emphasized by this practice. By practicing mindfulness, you may see patterns of thinking that come back to you and separate between beneficial and harmful mental processes. Recognizing the impact of external variables on how you feel, such as interactions, settings, or stressors, is a further component of awareness. You can see how outside events shape your internal conversations simply by staying aware of these triggers. The foundation for focused interventions to reroute and alter your thinking patterns has been established by this self-awareness. 2. Being mindful. The conscious practice of paying close attention to the here and now is known as mindfulness. It means accepting ideas without weighing in on them. By remaining in this present moment, you lessen the influence of unhelpful thoughts by keeping your mind from racing to the past or thinking about the future. Regular mindfulness practice boosts one's capacity for emotional control and self-awareness. By bringing your focus back to the present moment, routines like deep breathing, body scans, and mindful walking can help you feeling more at ease and in control of your emotions. By doing this, you can clear your mind so that you can react to stimuli carefully as opposed to rashly based on impulsive thinking. Besides meditation, mindfulness can be applied to everyday responsibilities like eating, working, and socializing. You might boost the quality of your experiences and lessen the chance of bothersome or distracting thoughts by giving yourself your whole attention at these moments. Receiving attentive continually alters your perspective on life and affects the general direction and emotion of your thoughts. 3. Encouragement statements. Affirmations that are uplifting are efficient strategies for rewiring your subconscious. These are declarations that express feelings of optimism about you, your skills, and your future. Regularly repeating affirmations helps you to internalize these positive suggestions and progressively replace toxic thought patterns with helpful ones. Begin by locating the places where negative ideas routinely surface and create affirmations to contradict those thoughts. Examples of affirmations such as, "I am confident and capable," might be repeated every day if self-doubt is a recurring issue. The way to succeed is to craft precise, trustworthy, and goal-aligned affirmations. Whether you elect to use written affirmations, vocal repetition, or imagery, incorporating positive affirmations into your daily routine fosters a positive and self-affirming mental environment. You'll notice a change in your overall perspective as your subconscious takes in these upbeat messages, which will offer you confidence and a happier outlook on life. 4. Introspection. Self-reflection is an internal process that includes evaluating your feelings, ideas, and activities. It's a technique to learn more about the underlying ideas that govern your mental operations. Identifying thinking triggers, underlying beliefs, and recurring themes through regular self-reflection presents a blueprint for intentional change. Allocate specific time for introspection in order to participate in effective self-reflection. This could be accomplished through guided self-inquiry, journaling, or meditation. Investigate the sources of some of your thoughts, challenging their veracity and effects on your health. Think about how your current perspective may have been formed by earlier events and whether the modifications are necessary. A further aspect of self-reflection involves figuring out how well your ideas and ideals line up. Determine whether your thoughts are in line with the kind of person you want to be and the things you want to do. When inconsistencies are found, self-reflection helps you make deliberate changes that will lead to a more genuine and purposeful way of reasoning. 5. Modified exposure. Selective exposure applies to the deliberate selection of news and other materials that you are exposed to. We are constantly exposed to a flood of information in the digital era that has the power to influence our opinions and ways of thinking. Taking charge of this input is essential to keeping a constructive and positive mental climate. Assess your media consumption patterns first. Choose resources that advance your knowledge and attitude while avoiding those that make you feel anxious or negative. To obtain a more rounded viewpoint, think about expanding your sources and make a conscious effort to interact with information that reflects your goals and ideals. Selective exposure incorporates interpersonal relationships in addition to media. Be in an atmosphere of people who promote and encourage you, creating a space where positive thinking can flourish. Reduce the amount of time you waste with people or circumstances that frequently cause you to think negatively in order to create a more positive mental atmosphere. Selective exposure also entails being attentive of the discussions you participate in and the subjects on which you discuss. Select conversations that advance your learning and development. Stay clear from pointless gossip or critique. You can take preventative measures to manage the impact outside elements have on your mental processes by deliberately selecting the knowledge and experiences you expose yourself to. It takes commitment and hard work to apply these ideas to your everyday life. Through practicing mindfulness, self-reflection, positive affirmations, selective exposure, and awareness, you will progressively gain the ability to mold a more deliberate and optimistic mental environment. Keep in mind that you are always on a path toward being more in control of your thoughts, and that every little step you take now will add up to big, long-term improvements in your mental health. 6. Practice gratitude. Developing an attitude of appreciation is a transformational strategy for managing your mind. Gratitude is cultivating an attitude of plenty and happiness by recognizing and appreciating the good things in your life. You can shift your attention from what might be lacking to what is valued and present when you frequently practice thankfulness. Start by keeping a gratitude laptop as you begin to practice thankfulness. Keep a gratitude journal recording all of your blessings, big or little. This can include relationships, accomplishments on a personal level, happy moments, or even the small joys of everyday existence. Thinking back on these entries helps to maintain a good outlook and dispel any pessimistic ideas that might come up. Expressing gratitude to others is an important part of being grateful. It goes beyond introspection. Spend some time expressing your thanks to loved ones, coworkers, and friends. This reinforces the reciprocal nature of thankfulness and improves your connections while also fostering a healthy social atmosphere. You develop an automatically positive mental framework when you incorporate appreciation into your daily practice. This practice gradually shapes your perspective on the world, resulting in a resilient and upbeat outlook. 7. Establishing objectives. A useful tactic for focusing and managing your thoughts toward worthwhile endeavors is goal setting. Establishing attainable goals gives your ideas a path, directing them in a direction that serves a purpose. Setting and achieving goals gives you a feeling of purpose, drive, and achievement. They also match your ideas with your dreams. Establish short and long-term objectives for every area of your life, such as relationships, career, personal growth, and health. Make sure your objectives are time-bound, relevant, quantifiable, achievable, and specific. Smart. It is simpler to direct your ideas toward concrete actions when there is clarity and organization provided by this framework. Review and evaluate your goals frequently, making any adjustments in light of your changing priorities and situation. This iterative method makes sure your ideas stay in line with your present goals and desires. Setting goals often entails dividing more complex objectives into more doable activities. This method avoids emotions of overload or stagnation while simultaneously making progress more palpable. Honor every tiny victory to inspire drive and optimistic thinking. As you strive toward your objectives, the methods and approaches necessary for achievement inevitably come to mind. By minimizing distractions and useless ideas, this targeted direction gives one a sense of accomplishment and purpose. 8. Controlling emotions. Gaining proficiency in emotional regulation is essential to successfully managing your thoughts. Emotions can drive negative or impulsive thinking, so it's important to learn how to navigate and regulate them. Emotions frequently impact mental processes. Start by becoming more conscious of your emotions. As soon as an emotion comes on, recognize it, give it a name, and be aware of what causes it as well as how it affects your thinking. Engaging in mindfulness exercises, including watching your emotions objectively, can improve this awareness. As soon as you identify an emotional reaction, use techniques to control and redirect it. Calming techniques for heightened emotions include incremental muscular relaxation, deep breathing, and visualization. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle and engaging in regular exercise also enhance emotional well-being by having a good effect on your cognitive processes. Emotional regulation heavily relies on cognitive behavioral strategies, including questioning illogical beliefs and rephrasing negative thoughts. You can take control of how emotions affect your thought patterns by intentionally altering the way your mind reacts to emotional inputs. Prioritizing self-care and establishing boundaries are other aspects of emotional control. Take proactive measures to safeguard your mental well-being by identifying when you need a break or when a particular circumstance can be upsetting. This deliberate method of handling emotions promotes a more steady and productive mental atmosphere. 9. Getting knowledge from difficulties. Adopting a mentality that perceives obstacles as chances for personal development can significantly influence your cognitive processes. When faced with obstacles, seeing them as worthwhile lessons instead of giving in to pessimism will help you stay focused on finding answers and improving yourself. Start by changing the way you view obstacles. Understand that challenges are a natural part of life and do not indicate a lack of personal success. Change your attitude to one that is growth-oriented and views obstacles as opportunities for advancement rather than a fixed perception of them as setbacks. Adopt a problem-solving mindset when encountering challenges. Determine what you can learn from the experience and how it advances your career and personal development. This proactive approach turns obstacles into learning experiences that foster resilience, flexibility, and skill development. After conquering obstacles, participate in reflection exercises. Make a note of the tactics that worked, the lessons discovered, and the personal assets that surfaced. In addition to bolstering optimistic thinking, this self-evaluation gives you a toolkit of coping techniques for upcoming difficulties. Developing resilience, a mentality that sees setbacks as transient and overcomeable, is a necessary part of learning from adversities. When you adopt this strategy, your mind is less prone to hopelessness and more inclined toward coming up with useful alternatives. 10. Mind-body link. The significance of preserving a good mind-body balance is highlighted by the complex relationship that exists between your mental and physical health. Mental and physical wellness are directly correlated. You can cultivate an atmosphere that encourages constructive thought patterns by attending to both of these factors. One essential component of the mind-body relationship is regular exercise. Endorphins are neurotransmitters released during physical exertion that enhance feelings of well-being. Take part in enjoyable activities such as yoga, jogging, or brisk walking, or any other type of exercise that appeals to you. It can have a significant positive effect on your mental health. The maintenance of cognitive function is greatly aided by nutrition. Make sure your diet is well balanced and full of the vitamins, minerals, and other necessary components. Equally crucial is staying hydrated because even slight dehydration can have an impact on mood and cognitive function. One essential element of the mind-body relationship is getting enough sleep. Create a sleep-friendly environment and prioritize regular sleep hours to establish healthy sleep patterns. Getting enough sleep is linked to increased mental health, emotional stability, and focus. By lowering stress and fostering calm, practices like meditation and relaxation techniques improve the mind-body link even more. Include these exercises in your daily routine to promote a healthy balance between your physical and mental health. Paying attention to your body's cues is another aspect of being aware of the mind-body connection. When you see indicators of stress or exhaustion, take care of yourself. This proactive method creates a positive feedback loop between your ideas and your overall well-being by preventing the buildup of mental and physical tension. 11. Illustration. By using your imagination to its full potential, visualization is a powerful tool for mind control. This is visualizing in great detail the experiences, goals, or anticipated results. By seeing success and creative possibilities, you prepare your mind to focus on them. Setting clear objectives or desires is the first step in implementing visualization into your daily practice. Shut your eyes and focus your mind on the specifics of accomplishing these goals. To create the most realistic visualization possible, use all of your senses. Whether your goals are professional achievement, better relationships, or personal development, picture the process and the joy that come with reaching them. By building a good expectation and mentally practicing for success, visualization helps you achieve your goals. Frequent practice builds self-confidence and makes it simpler to keep a constructive, problem-solving mindset when faced with obstacles. 12. Conscious breathing. By focusing your attention on the current moment, mindful breathing is a straightforward yet effective technique that helps you gain control over your thoughts. By intentionally focusing on your breathing, you can cultivate a sense of clarity and tranquility. By paying attention to your breathing, you may lead to a pause in which you can actively examine and reroute your thoughts. Start by locating a peaceful area and assuming a comfortable stance. Breathe deeply and slowly, examining your body's reactions to each breath in and out. Bring your attention back to your breathing if your thoughts stray from it. As a grounding technique, mindful breathing can be done publicly in meditation sessions or casually throughout the day. Frequently engaging in mindful breathing tasks enhances your capacity to disengage from automatic thought patterns. It acts as a mental reset, enabling you to approach problems with less reactivity and more insight. By increasing deliberate mind control, this increased awareness helps avoid unneeded stress or detrimental spirals. 13. Writing in a journal to reflect. Writing in a journal is a contemplative discipline that helps you manage your thoughts and provides you a disciplined way to express yourself. Writing down your ideas, sensations, and experiences enables more in-depth reflection and may highlight trends or revelations that are not immediately obvious in day-to-day awareness. Make time every day to write in your journal if you want to use it as a tool for mind control. Try out some different prompts, such as keeping a gratitude journal, tracking accomplishments, or looking at obstacles. Explore your feelings and ideas around specific incidents to get a deeper grasp of your inner world. Likewise, journaling is a useful tool for monitoring personal development and pinpointing areas in need of improvement. You might observe changes over time in your mental processes and emotional reactions when you go back and look at previous postings. You can strengthen constructive improvements and make deliberate improvements with the help of this retroactive perspective. Writing down ideas can be cathartic, which facilitates the release of suppressed feelings and a sense of clarity. Whether you use a digital platform or a conventional pen and paper, journaling is a flexible and approachable habit that develops your capacity to manage and comprehend your ideas. 14. Reducing your own criticism. Restricting self-criticism is an essential component of developing a good mindset, and controlling your ideas also entails controlling your internal dialogue. While periods of self-doubt are normal, too critical self-evaluation can impede personal development and reinforce negative thought habits. Develop self-compassion in dealing with self-critical thoughts. Be kind and understanding to yourself as you would a friend going through a difficult time. Reframe self-critical ideas with a more sympathetic viewpoint when they arise. Acknowledge that errors are not justification for self-loathing, but rather for development and learning. Develop your self-awareness to spot instances of unfavorable self-talk. Examine erroneous or ridiculous ideas by challenging their veracity and taking seriously alternate constructive opinions. This deliberate rephrasing of thinking helps cultivate a mindset which fosters self-actualization as opposed to self-doubt. Embrace a supportive environment that recognizes and applauds your work. Seek helpful criticism and give credit for all of your accomplishments, no matter how tiny. You can reduce the amount of mental space where self-critical ideas might flourish by cultivating a culture of self-encouragement. 15. Utilizing technology mindfully. Technology use in the digital age requires mindfulness if one is to maintain mental control. Stress levels might rise as a result of the incessant onslaught of notifications, social media, and information overload. By consciously controlling how you interact with technology, you can improve your mental processes. Set limits on the use of technology by setting aside particular periods of time for social media, email, and other online activity. By implementing digital detox intervals, you can avoid allowing technology-related distractions to take over your mind and concentrate uninterruptedly on important work. Making judicious online content consumption decisions is another aspect of mindful technology use. Analyze how news, entertainment, and social media affect your feelings and ideas. Think about adding inspiring, enlightening, and morally consistent content to your digital space. Engage in digital mindfulness by giving your whole attention to in-person conversations. Reduce the amount of time you spend multitasking on electronics, as this might lead to disorganized thoughts and a shorter attention span. You can cultivate a deliberate and well-balanced digital presence that facilitates thought control by using technology with mindfulness. Adding these extra concepts to your path of mind control increases the number of tools at your disposal for developing a purposeful and optimistic outlook. Using techniques like journaling, self-compassion, visualization, mindful breathing, or mindful technology use, each principle provides specific practices and insights to improve your capacity to control and direct your thoughts. Keep in mind that developing thought control is a dynamic process that will improve your mental health over time with regular practice.